The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water create a stunning backdrop, lifting diners' spirits and allowing them to truly savor their meals. Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check. Looks like we're ready to rumble.
Hey there, Escoffier!
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rosula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified...
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish.
This is the business strategy, but this isn't just about attracting. Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single ticket to enjoy all the attractions and take...
Then Paimon...
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be made public. Based on research by a certain food branding consultant, many restaurants have started offering a special chef surprise dish. So give me some inspiration every few business cycles. Now then, give me your hand. A warm and energetic feel. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. All right, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form. I've refined the sauce for these barbecue ribs. It's a richer flavor than the classic version, but not at all greasy. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing aftertaste, perfect for indulging yourself after a fun-filled day. But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these barbecue ribs should help the artisans replenish their strength much more quickly. As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why not invite them to dine here? Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh? If I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for the porters over at the Fleuve Centre. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation, Escoffier! Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. What? The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic escapades to the next level.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading the stall, don't you think?
That's right. Based on my business experience with the Spina di Rosula, I've quantified an attraction will reach its ideal revenue only when its service value meets customer expectations. When that happens, we can deploy... Whew, that should be everything.
Look, huh? Have we really? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. I imagine long-term operate, but don't let that...
Whoa, seeing her from here on out will...
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
That unique aroma. I wonder how you'll inspire my cooking this time. All right then, I'll just go with the flow. that unique aroma. All right then, I'll...
This is where you fall.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for Ad Astra.
There'll be an extra. Oh, man. Bro! Are you mimicking me? Now's not the time. Come on.
No, I mean, one of our buddies is here, for real. Quite a few of them, actually.
Auroran, what are you doing here? And who's this?
Allow me to introduce you. Bro, meet bro. A bro who heals other bros.
Ah, that bro. Nice to meet you, bro.
You guys...
Please, if Paimon hears the word bro one more time.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Paimon. I had no idea you were allergic to bro talk. Quick, Aoife. Paimon needs medical intervention.
Seriously, bro? I mean, dude, sometimes I honestly can't tell if you're being serious or just messing around. And Kanich, come on, brother. We've known each other for how long now, and even you won't let me off the hook?
It's quite hard to resist.
In that case, guess I'll have to introduce myself. Hey, traveler, I've heard a lot about you. I'm Aoife, a vet from the Flower Feather Clan.
Oh no, not you too! Oh, that wasn't directed at you, Aoife. It's nice to meet you.
Anyway, back on topic. Wait a second. I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about again?
Why you're all here, of course.
For vegetables.
Kakuku.
I'll go first. It's for the Chevrolamine Film Fantasyland.
It's Cheval Moran.
Ah, right. I keep stumbling over that one. Guess I owe Cheval Moran an apology. Anyway, long story short, the festival restaurant urgently needed fresh vegetables from now.
So, you guys are vegetable couriers?
He is. I'm just here as a responsible adult. It's his first time traveling so far away from home, and all the elders in his tribe are worried. So,
Even though it's your first time too.
right. But they still picked me to accompany you.
Don't you get it? They all just saw how
Wait, what? So I'm getting the grandson treatment now too? See? Doesn't matter how much older you are than this dude. Hang out with him long enough, and you'll eventually find yourself being treated like a kid.
meaning everyone looks after you.
In theory, nothing at all. In that case, guess I better start over.
Paimon's not sure who the responsible adult is anymore. So, what about Kakuku? If he was here, we'd be making more of a ruckus than we already are.
That's exactly what's got me worried.
Aoife, there's nothing to worry about. You're a big boy. You can handle yourself now even without Kakuku.
You think that's what I'm worried about? Anyway, my priority right now is Kakuku. Suffice it to say, Kakuku's in big doo-doo.
How so? He's so small, and all he knows are a few harmless phrases. What kind of trouble could he even get himself into?
Let me guess. Did he get caught out by the law on flying objects?
Bro, you too?
Not me. How?
Oh, that pesky little chatterbox. So that's why he hasn't interrupted us this whole time. Guess he's...
That, plus he's already spouted enough nonsense for one day. So I've put him on mute until tomorrow.
Nice one. If I was even half as decisive as you are, I would have kept a closer hold on Kakuku so he didn't get a chance to go flying off.
Oh no, bro. Or rather, did Kakuku get caught by the guards for flying around?
If they had managed that, we'd at least be able to track him down. But when the guards started chasing him, Kakuku flew into that building next door. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a high-stakes pursuit going down in there as we speak. Just...
Which building? That one?
Yup, that's the one. Kukuku sure has a good eye for a getaway. I may be able to fly up pretty high, but checking every last window would still take quite a while. As for Aoife, well, let's just say he's not flying anywhere without a Saurian.
Not like it's my fault, though. You don't have to apologize on my behalf.
Wait a sec. What's this got to do with how high you can fly? Kakuku's got himself into a real mess here, like a panicked animal running straight into a trap. I'm starting to picture him flapping through a barrage of gunfire while important documents are flying about, left, right.
Heck yeah! If anyone can pull it off, it's Kukuku.
For real now?
Of course I'm for real. I'd never make light of something like that.
All right. Everyone's an awesome Saurus. But our priority right now should be to go in there and check up on Kukuku.
Leave it to us.
You sure?
And if Kukuku doesn't listen to you, I give you permission to pull out a couple of his feathers.
Wait, since when was that up to you?
Well, then it's your call, bro.
All right then, if Kukuku doesn't listen to you, I also...
There you go. If he...
He won't.
Nothing new there. What's all that commotion?
No way, bro!
Did he say he came from Natlan? No.
Get out of here!
I can understand his words, just not what they mean.
Oh no. Bro!
He keeps repeating the same things over and over again.
Oh, you know one another.
He's a friend! Yeah! A Saurian friend of a human friend!
Great. Well, that was easy. Looks like we've tracked down the owner. Guess that's one less lost and found notice for you to write, Monsieur Neuvillette.
For real?
Traveler, was there something important you wanted to discuss with the Udex? I'm just about done with my business here. Need me to step out?
Stay and hear them out first. Perhaps it will have some bearing on your own work. If I'm not mistaken, you are the same Mr. Kanich who served as a witness in the smuggling trial? I take it there's been a further development in the case.
That's right. Very perceptive, Mr. Udex.
So you've met Neuvillette before?
I've seen his photo in the papers. But as for this other gentleman...
Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Wriothesley, administrator of the Fortress of Meripede. Or in layman's terms, Fontaine's prison warden. Please, feel free to share anything about the case.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you!
Wow, that sounded just like me. But should we really discuss official business in front of the Saurian?
Oh, wow! Oh, no!
I believe he said... Or rather, I suppose he meant that he'll keep this to himself. Though I should mention, Mr. Kukuku, that we will have to ask you to sign a confidentiality agreement.
Sure thing, bro!
Let us return to the matter at hand. Mr. Kanich, was there something else you wanted to discuss relating to the case?
Yes. Let me fill you in.
Wow! It really is exactly like Lapine Pauline's sketch! That must be all that practice drawing engineering blueprints, huh?
So if it's true that this weapon came into Fontaine alongside the contraband from the smuggling case, then there's a high chance we overlooked a suspect.
That's exactly my line of thought.
I see. Mr. Kanich, thank you for reporting this promptly. I'll arrange for the Marechaussee Phantom to investigate right away. We should begin by questioning the prisoners in custody. Ridesley.
I'll sign off on the interrogation request. Don't you worry.
That would be much appreciated.
It's lucky that the Palais Mermonia wasn't scheduled to release any public bulletins today, and that this gun's lost and found notice has...
I'll be staying in Fontaine for the time being. If there's any...
Yep, we were just about to go help out with Lapine Pauline's convention.
Marvelous. Thank you all. Well then, all that's left is to...
You miss me, bro?
He really does come out with the most unexpected things. Who did he learn it all from? Huh. Well, it's pretty extraordinary.
Anyway, according to due process, we must first determine whether Mr. Kakuku qualifies as a flying object. And, following on from our conversation just now, he also needs to sign a drafting said agreement may take some time.
Looks like you'll be staying with us for a while then, Kakuku.
That would save us a lot of trouble. Many thanks.
All right then, we'd better get going. No...
What's the situation? How bad is it? Oh no. When I saw that Kakuku wasn't with you, I'd already prepared myself for the worst.
Relax, Aoife. Maybe Kakuku just prefers high-rise living now. Sometimes you just have to let the kids grow up and make...
For real now? Do you even hear yourself, bro?
It's not that bad. Kakuku's fine. Still very much alive and kicking for...
He hasn't been arrested either, so no jail time.
See?
You're not exactly
As for the bad news, well, it's Kakuku accidentally overheard some top secret stuff, so he has to stay at the Palais Mermonia for a while to sign a confidentiality agreement. But there's no need to worry. The person in charge of looking after Kakuku is super nice, so he'll be absolutely fine.
All right. That doesn't sound too...
But based on my understanding of how things work here, the ban on flying objects should be over by the time Kakuku actually gets out.
What a shame. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to go have some fun without him.
You don't look disappointed in this...
Anyway, Auroron and I will be staying in guest rooms upstairs at the Hotel de Boer for the time being. Feel free to drop by if you need us.
Yay! Problem solved! All right, getting into...
I see. So you believe that this warning letter was sent by the Phantom Weasel?
Absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked his own death 10 years ago using a... Now that he's back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case back in the day are in for a headache, but... However,
Couldn't agree more. As a journal, thank you, sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next? Huh? Hey, what a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here. Perfect timing. So, the Phantom Weasel's latest...
Yeah, this is the first time we're hearing...
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, this case is from a decade ago. I guess you wouldn't know about it. Well, not to worry. You're in good hands because I'm a professional. The story goes like this. 10 or so years ago, a phantom thief became active in the court of Fontaine. Known only as the Weasel. Nobody...
Wow, cool!
Precisely. Well, except the part where they actually have a good reputation. Our Weasel targeted whatever people held dear, and no one was safe from his prediction. He would just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday. I know. The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor, but this guy did not discriminate.
Yeesh. So,
not exactly. There's a good chance that the Weasel would still be at large to this day if it hadn't been for an accident 10 years ago. A magician named Caesar fell to his death in a botched hideout when the police went through his personal effects. Sure enough, thefts in Fontaine went down after Caesar's death. I had to squeeze through the crowd this morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here, it's this one.
So, this is the warning letter, huh? Let's see what he wrote. 3 days from now, when evening falls, I shall take from you that which you hold most dear at the Opera House, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
This is, without a doubt, a clear declaration of criminal intent. After years of laying what once seemed like an open and shut...
Uh-oh. If this thief will steal anything that other people value... Really? Oh, let it...
Okay, the people have spoken. It's clear that the public... Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter, my interview notes... Yep, that should be enough to form the skeleton of my article. Something exclusive. Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the Weasel. Is that who I think it is?
Lenny!
Magic, magician, Caesar! The Phantom Weasel! That's it! Let's go interview Lenny! You see, the original Phantom Thief Caesar was a magician too! And what do Phantom Thieves and magicians...
Are you serious? What sort of...
Oh, relax! My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive news story is beckoning. Let's go!
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which means we can read other people's minds.
Really? Then, what am I thinking now?
Well, first you need to relax, because I can see that you're clenching your fist in your mind, as if to say, no, I mustn't let him guess it.
Aww.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You're trying to find a way to empty your mind, to think of nothing at all. You snuck out from home today, didn't you? You told your family a little lie so you could come out and play.
You can tell? Oh boy, you really can read my mind.
Of course. Oh, and that's the end of my
All right, got it. Bye, Mr. Magician.
Hey, Lenny?
Why, hello. We meet again. Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
Well, why don't you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
Oh, please. You didn't believe that spiel, did you? The power of telepathy is quite beyond me.
I'm sure that child would beg to differ.
Seemed like you were right on the money.
That was nothing more than a little trickery. I made an educated guess based on his micro-expressions. That, plus the fact that he was the only kid here without his parents, and he looked as guilty as sin. You guys, on the other hand... Let me guess. Don't tell me you're here for the Phantom Weasel, are you?
Wow! Got it in one!
Wait, really? No trickery this time. It was pure luck. His warning letter's been the talk of the town, so I figured that maybe you were asking around about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on... So, Linny, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's reappearance?
To be honest, it makes me angry.
Angry? Why?
You read his letter, right? The Phantom Weasel claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House.
Huh. What are the chances? Wait a minute, you don't think he's after you, do you?
Well, if he is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally. And if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me. The mere mention of the Weasel's name is enough to scare people off. So once the contents of that letter get out, barely... But I've been preparing for this for a long time. I'm not about to let him ruin my big day. This leaves me with only one choice. I have to expose the Phantom Weasel...
Really? So what you're saying...
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable...
You're being far too modest.
Thanks for the compliment. A lot of people allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower, just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1.
It's gone!
That's the question. Where did it go? Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
A surprise? Let me see! It's right there! But how? You haven't moved this whole time!
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, Linny, it seems that my previous praise was woefully inadequate. Clearly
Don't worry, I didn't take offense. I just wanted to take the opportunity to perhaps change some of the preconceived notions you might have about magicians. Since Caesar's death, a lot of people associate magicians with criminality. It can be quite frustrating.
I can imagine. Coming back to your trick just now, might I presume that you are well versed in floral symbolism? For example, magicians often use rainbow roses in their flower-related performances to represent passion and romantic encounters. But you used a Lumidu spell, which, if I'm not mistaken, allude to separations. I'm curious to know if there was any deeper meaning behind this choice?
Impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. But I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about floral symbolism. I'm just in the habit of using Lumidu spells in my magic. It sounds like something I should look into, though. I'll buy my...
Well noted. In that case, please feel free to get in. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. You've given me lots...
So, Linny...
I'm afraid that's my little...
You feel it too, right? So itchy!
Not so itchy then, huh? Well, since you're so concerned, how would you like to serve as my temporary...
Magician's assistants? Oh, that sounds fun! Assistants are technically magicians, too! Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done! Shall we go for it?
Excellent. Thank you for putting your trust... The first thing we need to look into is who Caesar really was. If he truly was the Phantom Weasel, that means that the Weasel is dead, and whoever wrote... But if he wasn't the Weasel? Well, that'll make things more interesting. And if we're investigating Caesar, his fiancée Gemma is a good place to start. We should make a move. Let's go and rendezvous with Lynette.
Fresh fruits, sweeter than syrup.
You took your time.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Annette. We're working as Lenny's temporary assistants in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around.
I'll wait for you here and see if Gemma shows up.
A lot of people here today, huh? When did this cemetery get so popular?
Same thoughts here. What's going on?
Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiancé? Sure I do. What's this about?
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why, either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often, she just sits there in front of his headstone, lost in thought. Sometimes she talks to herself. I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again. She knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away?
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who... If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have...
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep asking around.
You're welcome.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what if. But what if? Just hypothetically, I mean. What if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a...
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, that gosh darn lousy son of a...
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom.
You've come to the right people. He was a great magician. The best trick I ever... I was right up close and didn't blink or...
I saw him perform too. He always used... Sometimes, he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Huh. He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later. As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
Whatever the case, now that the Weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets... No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's...
So that's Gemma. Wait, it looks like she's injured. karma, right?
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid. We mean no harm. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern. But you didn't answer my question. Who are you? And what do you want with me?
My name is Linny, and this is my sister Lynette.
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused. You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the Weasel.
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the...
No, not that I know of.
Got it. All right, sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be...
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely some...
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about things that happened a whole decade ago. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Over here.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now. Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. So, we need a contingency plan. Today, we'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo, Caesar's former pupil and assistant. When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their right. Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town, his fame surpassing even that of his master. I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a couple of drinks with me.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
My apologies. These 2 are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former Magic Maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along. And if it's no trouble, a couple of autographs would really make their day.
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantries, he says, but he looks pretty happy about Lenny stroking his ego.
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important things to do than—
Much obliged, sir. As it happens, the matter I want to address is also related to magic. Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. He claimed I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that my show can go ahead as planned.
What is there to investigate? Caesar was the Weasel and he's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny to write a warning letter? It changes nothing.
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up.
Possibility? It's a fact, Lenny. Look, my patience is limited, so listen carefully while I'm still willing to put up with you. The Weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so—
Oh, sir, my pride is a—
Your pride?
I want to find out the—
What would that—
Uh-oh. This is—
Renzo? Is that— Oh, it is you!
Another day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on! You can't be all business all the time. You know—
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it now.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the—
Oh, hey! Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We work together a bunch of— This is your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being, what, pushing 40, 30, something? Anyway.
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me ever again.
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink.
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Lenny, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather—
Totally. And what was all that about compensation? He's gotta be hiding something. And not like Gemma.
I think so too. That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two. You okay there?
Who are you? Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I must have had one too many. I just need to— I said way too much back there, didn't I? Yeah, I nearly talked myself into complete—
So, he was serious about threatening to cut you off? Ugh, Paimon knew he was a bad egg.
Hey! Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs.
What kind of bad thing?
Don't even ask. I'm sorry. And take it from me, trouble with Lorenzo is one thing you don't need in your life. That's not a good sign. You're too young for this. Don't get in over your head.
And there he goes.
Shh! I think we're being watched. Someone was listening in to our whole conversation. Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere.
I've realized we're in a bit of a tricky...
What do you...
If we go out, we won't have time...
But if we stay in and watch...
Oh...
Yeah, well...
You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourselves?
So you're Linny. And where's your sister? Ain't she with you today? Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us. Let's not drag this out.
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who sent you, huh?
Save your questions, missy. You ain't gonna need answers where you're going.
Looks like we can't avoid this fight. Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
Don't worry, we got this!
Now disappear!
Overruled! Hey there! Let my name echo in song! Yup!
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are always trouble. Intimidation ain't gonna work like it did on...
Come on, let's scram!
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through with it! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what they said just before they left? Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. And if you're right, she was injured when we saw her yesterday. Maybe she was too scared to tell us
Well, if that's the case, let's head back to the cafe.
Gemma?
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, and we gave them a taste of their own medicine, so you can relax now. We're here to protect you.
What? Why? I didn't tell you anything. Why would they come after you?
Sounds like they're no strangers to you.
That's putting it mildly. I know them all too well. And it's been 10 long years. And still every time I try to look into Caesar's death, they show up and warn me not to do anything stupid. How do I know I can trust you? Do you really think you can get to the bottom of it all?
I'm afraid I can't reveal all the details just yet, but I can promise you this. I will expose the Phantom Weasel's true identity. Because you see, this is a personal matter of the utmost importance. I give you my word.
Okay. How can I?
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept a lot of his personal effects. If possible, I'd like to take a look. Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve Cendre. But the place was sealed up by the police. I also know that the Fleuve Cendre is dangerous territory. Lots of hostile groups.
Understood. Lynette?
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
I mean, bon appetit. But stay sharp, too.
Okay. Alright. Power saving mode off. I'll start taking this more seriously now. With me here, nothing will happen.
Whatever you do, please be careful. If anything happens to you because you're investigating Caesar...
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. Let's shift them away. There we go. It should be just down here.
Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Silence!
Whoa. Look. The doll in the box is glowing. There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look. These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
Got it. We're supposed to find the box that lit up at the start, right? There should be another wish list inside. Let's keep trying. That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too... We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole... If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe, aha! If I just move this...
A secret pass?
I'm a magician too, and a pair looks pretty big inside.
Laid bare.
Hey there! Hey there! Oh, a proper send-off! From the speed...
Settle down!
Everlasting as the moon!
Be sanctified.
Laid bare.
Why have you stopped, Lenny?
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead. If anyone makes a major
All right, see ya! Wow! There's a hidden room here! What? This book's thick as a brick! Let's take a peek inside it, shall we?
At one of my shows a few days ago, a child asked as a joke, so I wound up... Two children came... Anyway, I told them that... It seems like something's bothering Lorette. Surely he's not upset. I have a good they have all sort. They wanted to call me with time. Gemma thinks so. It's nearly time for me to go on tour. I once overheard it's only been 10. They're very tough. They hide things. That's the thing about I can sense after thinking P.S. P.P.S. Oh, see.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Lenny. So did they meet Caesar when they were kids?
Hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you...
All in good time. But first, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention. Meanwhile, the real... Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
very vivid description.
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, of course, that's just how the inventor of, he fell right to the, and no one else.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say, wait a second.
Glad you asked. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself. Once the magician's inside, and the box is lifted up and from where they're standing. At this point, he then escapes through this trapdoor on...
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined.
Well, there's a little more. There's the falling dump. Many days and Caesar was a...
So...
I can make a pretty good... I looked into the case files.
Okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience's attention at will. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises eyebrows, the falsehoods become all the more... And so, Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, exactly, I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of time, but I'm sure he was So he opened the compartment, much like when you reach for your key. Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another, with the stakes being as high as they were.
But in reality, someone switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him. But how would they be able to make this?
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left. Isn't that right?
You just couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, could? There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died, but I gave you your
You mean Gemma?
Yes, although however which is why you can't leave
Step right up.
Coming at you. Hey then.
This is where you fall. Overruled.
Settle down.
Coming at you. Attack!
Now disappear. Here comes the finale.
Everlasting as the moon!
Had enough yet, Lorraine? I think it's high time you...
If I had a more... He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made...
So it was...
Jealousy. He poured everything into his... But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered. He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their mora. And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own, I had to kill him.
And this was...
It was reason and...
Well, I was under...
In love with Gem.
Guess I was wrong about...
I am. Caesar was... I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah!
That's just how it... I stole cheap.
So, that's the story.
What choice do I have? So be it. I've enjoyed power...
Very well. In that... Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me.
Lily has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom?
Look who's What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it. Because the...
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny?
Let's rendezvous with...
Good point!
Ah, you're back. You were so quick. I've only just finished my third dessert.
Your third? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point.
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Of course! Lorenzo was no match for us.
Gosh, that's amazing. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but...
It's okay. But you don't need to be scared anymore.
I always wanted... I was so afraid... Thank you all.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that... to think at least his soul can...
If
Don't blame yourself.
Yeah, you...
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show at the... This show will be...
in Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No, where are we... Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were Linny and Lynette or not. Linny changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to ask Linny tomorrow evening.
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please. Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
I can't wait to see where this translates.
Paimon's excited to see another of Linny's magic shows! Wait. Lynette, shouldn't you be on stage by now?
Not this time. My brother's going solo today. So, I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the great magician Linny has prepared us.
Thank you all.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yes, it's just...
No wonder. So,
Children love magic, and somehow... It was... Is that right, after all?
That's right.
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy now. Phantom Weasel.
See? Even with the Phantom Weasel, Lorenzo escaped. Where is he?
What do you mean?
As Linny once said, a performer's job is to but once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
What are you talking about? Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying. There will now be a brief intermission. The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places. Don't worry, this place will be quiet.
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but...
Linny? Don't Lynette accused Gemma of being the real...
all in good time.
Really?
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel... But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police and her Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long... After weighing her options...
So
being the master deceiver she was, the Weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now, all that remained was to frame him for... But, as she was at her encouragement, Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the Weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation.
2 co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
But I just have one.
Don't worry, but I never believed that he was the weasel. And in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the with a little help from Caesar was maligned, and who would suspect for one?
Wait, so you mean the whole intimidation thing was just a hoax? Gemma and Lorenzo were both, but why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, if you're so confident in your version of events, having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then...
An excellent answer.
Is that right?
As a matter of fact, why would the real Weasel have targeted things that only...
Of course. After all, if I had to guess, left to fend for herself after her parents, she'd scrounge. This was her own. Once again, this was a fate too cruel for. I detest. I will rob them.
That's some.
Does this story?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes.
Huh. 'Cause without that...
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, Linny. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat now? You were the one who posted that letter outside the Opera House.
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever. Well, no need for me to be... The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You... Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those 2 obnoxious kids. It's been so long, and you're all grown up now. He taught you magic back then.
We remember all 10 years ago. But we...
And? What exactly did you take from me?
Free? Caesar once told me that even though the world... I think that applies... Life took many...
What are you trying to...
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of... Back to Lorenzo. He knew who you... You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. So I think you... But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee...
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom will cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world...
Gather round, one and all. The time has... I'm sure you're all one...
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember the magic, but we have now learned that...
Guess that's my cue to... Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
Lenny, wait. You 2 hid a lot from Caesar. You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Lenny said, when you're ready, let's head outside.
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see Lenny after the show, you know where he'll be.
All right. Well...
Magicians are not thieves, only tear things apart.
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling.
How could he possibly have done that?
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. What a heart-stopping magic show. Caesar's name has finally been cleared.
Whew. Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, oh, you mean the... Yeah, that's... All right, let's go look... Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative. I was honestly sometimes... Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorraine?
You know?
After I joined the House of the Hearth, I told you about my past before, but I quickly realized that observation alone, I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of... We were gifted enough that we'd made...
So that's why you said...
Yes. In all, we only spent... For instance, when he... But in truth, what amazed me was trust is a...
Linny...
Still worried about... But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the House of the Hearth, after Caesar went on tour, we became busy. That night, I remembered his... To keep secrets, you only realize how much someone really...
Yeah, we've had this delicious food. You know, Traveler, doesn't that kind of...
Exactly. It's the same. Life has taken... That's why the darkness... All right.
It was amazing!
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on!
Oh, all right then. I'll give it a watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand!
Huh? My goodness, you're right!
3, 2...
Now, have another look around.
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! Oh, but more importantly...
Well...
is that...
look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my... I look forward to...
All right, shall we head back down too? But let's head to the steam...
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but...
Oh, please, Linny! Oh,
huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, but just as dawn broke...
That was cool.
Too late.
Aha!
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her...
Okay.
Oh,
quick-fire question! Where did you...
Oh, we went to the salmon... Actually, glad you...
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself. Is this supposed to mean that they're more important to you than your own sister?
No,
What?
Seems like... Forgive my persistence, but apparently one of the things... All right, I guess I'll leave you...
Lynette?
Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to distract her.
Oh, really?
Phew. Please, take good... I'd be really upset if...